it's like even when I was with when I was listening to these communists talking and I'm reading some of their stuff, they're saying that they need us for the revolution.
Yeah.
They need us for their revolution.
And you know what's mad? When these things are happening, they ain't speaking on all the brothers that have died.
Well, it's
taking part in their war.
in their revolution, exactly. And the funny
So how does that fucking help us? No, sorry, bro. How does that help us? So we're here doing your bit, and you won't even speak about us. The fact that you use us to build your kingdoms and fight your wars and don't credit us, what? You take all the glory. When it was our blood, our sweat, our tears.
Well, what can we learn, Sankofa? What can we learn from that? We can learn that, you're doing a job. If you've got a job, you can create anything. You can literally build a brand new iPhone. But if you work at Apple, that's who owns the iPhone, yeah? Not you and your beautiful brain. When we was talking earlier about the brain drain, when we got beautiful mathematicians coming out of Nigeria, great engineers, the best thing that a lot of people hope for them is that a European company can snap them up or American company can see them and bless them, rather than we find a way to put a platform together to say, yo, be a genius. I don't know what you do, but this is what you need. Right, we've got it.
So how do we say to people, like, yo, the goal isn't for Arab or European to come along and say, okay, we want to invest, here's 30 mil. How do we get the message across that is not success? The success was that you could do this by yourself.
Yeah.
We all seem to think that, not all of us, but the majority of us seem to think that the success is the bag that they offer us at the end.
When the bag has no value behind it.
When the bag has no value.
And the bag is from...
The value is the creative genius that came from you. They want control of that. What is inside you that is of such value that they are willing to slaughter you for? Why would they pay you 30 million for content? What is it? We have what you want. And you're willing to kill us for what we have.
Let me add another layer to this as well. So the communists say that racism comes from the upper class people, the bourgeoisie, these people in power propagating racism, this racist concept to the working class white man to separate him from the black people, which I realise that means none of us are in power, according to this analogy. I agree. Yeah, I agree. But what they're saying is the poor white working class man has been bamboozled, he's been hoodwinked, he's been swindled into believing this racist lie, and he's not really with them. So hold on. So before you lot get your house in order, you want me to come and back it? I don't think that's my place. I think if there's literally a civil war between white people, where there's one group of white people that's taking the piss out of the other ones and teaching them all of these terrible racist concepts and putting it in their head and coercing them to be racist, then that's your enemy. Don't worry about me. I'm over here just taking the licks from you and the man that's convinced you to do it. I think you should turn around to the man that's convinced you to do it and take it out on him and say, stop doing this, you're making us look bad. If that's your intention. I mean, another dynamic of this same concept here is that once you realize that all you got to do is say the N-word and give 2 licks, and you're in with the power. The power structure's there. I'm white. I'm with you guys. So that's it. And then, it's that, I swear I told this story before. I heard it from Neely Fuller. He said there was brothers in the lift, didn't it? And then man was busting jokes and that, and the door opened, and there was a white woman. She looked busted. Terrible, fam. And then man started busting out laughing, and she said, well, at least I'm white.
You see that?
I ain't one of you lot. I ain't a nigger.
They know who they are.
She's on a winning team.
Yeah.
And she's aware of that.
So the idea is that they're on the winning team.
So we don't look at our own success.
Right. For us, they've conditioned us to see it as that's the winning team. We want what they have. The position that they're in is better than the position that we're in, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But for example, hip hop came out of poverty, but you had these royal, rich, powerful, melanated people that birthed something that is feeding the world.
Yeah.
That's the power. That's the power. Hip hop went lower level when those colonizers came in and started investing. And that was the downfall. People think it's an upfall because everyone's eating now. But you're eating.
Sexy Red's eating. Sexy Young's eating.
Because
and a plethora of our brothers. I always say them too because they're sensational, but we've got 30 times more brothers that are just as.
When you say sensational, you gotta say.
Yeah, well, they're a sensation. That's what it is. It's like people want to talk about them, and it's oh my god, it doesn't mean positive or negative. It just means they're a buzzword right now, isn't it? But it's only because we're seeing the degradation of our sisters.
Right.
And it's like when we're hearing brothers talking about killing brothers, we do battle rap and we watch the art of it now. There's an art towards it. There's a creative. It's like when I'm thinking about battle rap, like man can say anything. I pull the clock. Put it to the. It's like, bro, the whole thing is how many times and ways you can kill a black man. But there's an art to it, and unfortunately,
and we've had to find and see the position that we're in. We have to find the positive out of all these things. We have to laugh now.
Wow, that was creative.